Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the OXFit podcast. I am joined by my special guest today, Ryan. Welcome, Ryan.
Thanks.
Nice to see you. How's your morning going?
My morning's going really well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited to share your results here today and talk about your journey in OXFit. Um, here we go. I think I got it. I'm just trying to go live in two different places, which I've only done twice.
Okay.
So just give it a second while I catch up, but I
Yeah.
think I've got it. So yeah, we were talking about allergy season before, just to shoot the shit a little bit first.
Yeah.
And you are taking just a Walmart brand, did you say? Costco?
Amazon. Yeah, like
Oh,
Amazon
Amazon.
brand antihistamines.
Yep. And
Um,
you're saying that's working okay.
it's working okay. Again, we're new to Atlanta, and we've heard kind of horror stories about, especially during the spring when allergies really hit, and just the flora that's out here is a lot different than what we're used to back in California.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you kind of have to, or for me at least, I have to adjust or like change whichever allergy medication I take because one might be effective here, one's like good for the desert and whatnot. So trying to fine tune that in our first spring in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's cool. And I said, I'm winning so far this week. Last week I was losing, and then I started with Flonase.
Oh
Never,
yeah,
never
yeah.
really done that one before, but it seems to be working. So I'm happy with
Good.
that one. We're gonna keep that one going.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Oxfit podcast. You've been with us now. How long? When did you move to Atlanta?
July. So that was 7, 5, 8 months now.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. And you just moved into Atlanta when you joined, right?
Yeah, yeah. Like we had literally, like I think when I first met with you, I don't think our stuff had even arrived yet. Like we were basically camping out in our townhouse. So yeah, brand new. We had tried a couple other gyms, and we were like,
Hmm.
I was like trying to find that Goldilocks fit, and I think I found it at Oxfit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
And so you came in and you started working with me right
Mhm.
away.
Yeah,
And just moved to Atlanta. Welcome to Atlanta. You get to work with and one
yeah.
on one or like through our coaching program. And tell me about your goals when you walked in. Why did you sign
Uh,
up to work with me?
yeah. So I had, like in the past, I'd done different workouts at different gyms. The gym, I moved from California, and the gym where we were was kind of like a hit class thing that evolved from a cardio kickboxing into the hit. And basically, most of the workouts revolved around the assault bike,
Hmm.
and it was good, honestly. Like I enjoyed it, and then the owner of that gym sold it to a bigger brand that was taking it nationally. And with that, the feel of it all changed. It had like, it went from feeling like homespun and like tight community to just like designed for Instagram and insincere, I'll say.
Yeah.
And I just lost interest in it.
So it went from
And
like a local gym where everybody knows each other, they're training for things, to
yeah,
kind of
and
like a
then
corporate feel where it's
corporate
like,
feel. Every class had like 50 people in it, and like you
yeah.
were just running into people on the mats and things like that. And it's just like, what's the point of this?
From like a real community to a fake community, right? Which is
Exactly.
what you get to see a
Exactly.
lot. There's a lot of every gym out there says they have a community. So
Mhm.
if that's the thing, then there's no difference between any of the gym.
Totally.
But when you come into us, I think the thing that we're priding ourselves on, I think that you're a testament to, is our goal is to get you results,
Mhm.
and then we wrap that in what we consider our family, right? Where people
Yeah.
really know each other and there's a real community feel. So
Yeah. I mean, the feel of Atlanta at large and Oxford specifically was like exactly what I was looking for, like attitude wise, the community. like with CrossFit style workouts, and we had tried a couple other gyms, or I had tried a couple other gyms like that, and it's either like again a big corporate feel where they just don't care, or kind of a holier than thou attitude. And I was looking for like a big part of what I knew was going to get me back into the gym was just like the vibe of it, like the attitude of the people around, the feeling of community, and again Goldilocks, Oxford. Like I once I worked with you and I did a couple workouts, I'm like, oh, this is it.
Cool.
Yeah, and I was
Cool.
like really happy, and at least for me, that was like a big barrier to overcome to just get back in the gym. I had not worked out for maybe a year and a half
Wow.
before I started at Oxfit, and so getting back into it, I wanted like as many pieces of it to be right, so that I would feel compelled to get into the gym. Right.
Hmm. Yeah, and so you'd have like a tough year and a half, basically, right? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
moving, and like we're not in a good place physically, um, and like it's that can make finding a gym even more difficult, right? Because if you're in a great headspace and you're in the best shape of your life, you walk into any gym,
Yeah, you
you'll
walk
be
in
fine.
the gym, you're like, oh yeah, I fucking own this, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think, and I'm certainly not the only one to have to overcome something like this. Like it's a big component that is often overlooked when you're trying to find like a workout program is the psychological side of it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Well,
and
it's something that most people don't talk about is the
yeah,
thing. It's
yeah,
like most people just talk about like it's our way in to help people change their lives, right? Is like they'll come in and they'll just be like, I don't feel good, I feel out of shape, and like y- the reason that I own a gym is because I know that like if I can help you do that, a lot of things are going to change, right? This
yeah.
week's been one of the best gyms, one of the best weeks in the gym for me because it's coming up on the end of the first cycle, and everybody yesterday was just banging out strict pull-ups, and they didn't even know they were going to do it, but
Yeah,
we knew they were going to do it because they've been showing up every day. And
exactly.
I know that a strict pull up is bigger than a strict pull up. A strict pull up and like your first pull up, the first time you pull your chin over the bar, even if it's been after a while, changes how you walk around, changes how you move, changes your relationship, changes
Yeah,
everything that you do that day. And so, like, when you were coming into the gym and like you just moved to Atlanta, like moving is one of the most stressful things you can do.
yeah,
Like you hadn't worked out for a year and a half. I know how you feel because you're an athlete. Like you have to work out. So like to not have worked out for a year and a half because your gym had changed and a lot had changed in your life, to then walk into all these gyms where like this gym's competitive. This gym thinks like they know better than everybody else. This
right.
gym, blah, blah, blah. You're not in this clique. You're not in this group.
Yeah, yeah.
That's tough.
It
And
is.
like
Yeah.
one thing that we pride ourselves on is when you come in, we want to meet you where you're at.
Yep.
Right. And like wherever that is, I think that's what we really try and pride ourselves on. We always say it's not for everybody. It's going to be hard. We can't get
Yeah.
around the fact that it's going to be hard. But if you come in and you're positive, you'll find a way at our gym.
Yeah. And I think that's like a really important aspect of it. Like it's gonna be hard. Like getting in shape is not supposed to be easy. Like if it were that easy, everyone would just like be clicking the juice in one way or another and be done with it. But although it doesn't have to, like it is going to be difficult, but that's the point. That's what work is, right? Even if it is difficult, it can still be fun, and you can still like have again just like the good feelings, the good attitudes that go along with it. It can carry you over any kind of either psychological obstacle or physical obstacle.
Yeah. So
Uh,
take us back to
yeah.
you coming in day one. Like, who was Ryan day one? Like, when we did that first baseline workout together.
Yeah, I mean Ryan was on a relative scale a fat piece of garbage. On a relative scale, on a
That's how
relative
you
scale.
felt.
That's how
Yeah.
I felt. I felt, just like depressed. I wasn't getting the right endorphins. I was like disillusioned with the whole like gym scene at that point, and I knew like in there, like in the past, in like high school, college, I was working out a ton, and then even beyond that, like up until like I said, a couple of years ago, I'd work out pretty regularly, and then I just got in this slump, and
Mm.
inertia took over. The psychology of it took over, and just found myself like not feeling very athletic, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, and when we moved out here, it the timing of it was such that I had kind of this opportunity to take some time, spend a little bit of money, focusing on something that I was going to try to prioritize in like this next stage of my life. And I'm like, well, if I'm going to have this next stage of my life, I want it to be like a physically healthy one. And so I decided to make my fitness kind of like one of the four things, like one of the things on the forefront of my intention for the next couple of years.
Mm.
And honestly, like that took a lot to get me there, just like to push me. The time arbitrage between the West Coast and the East Coast worked in my favor there because I had like time in the middle of the day just to like go to the noon classes, which is my crew right there.
Yeah.
Noon EAV, what's up? And yeah, and so I decided to make it a priority. You and I met. We did kind of like that cut down deca uh, trial, so to speak, or like
Yeah.
a test run. And I'm like, oh, that was hard. And I remember when after I did it, I was gassed. I was like, oh god, like I could barely walk out of there. Um, but then just showing up, and then on the retest, I think I did way better. And just
Yeah.
just by getting in the gym, it's just it works.
It's really I remember the first day with everybody that comes in,
Yeah,
because it like imprints on you.
yeah,
Um, and like you said, you're the first person that recognized that it was like a half decker that we used as a
yeah.
baseline. The first person that ever recognized it. You'd done one before,
Mm,
and it was there's a moment in every workout when it's a baseline workout with people
mhm.
where you have to just leave them in it for a minute. You
Yeah,
know, like you have to stop coaching
and to see like
and step back and just watch them suffer the
yeah,
consequences of however long it's been since they've been in the gym.
hmm
For some people, it's a couple of months. For some people, it's a couple of years. For some people, it's the first time they've been in the gym.
hmm
And as a coach, you want to step in and save them or scale it or edit the workout. But that first day is so important that you just let them sit in, especially that workout we did, the air bike and then
yeah,
the sled and then the burpees is where it finishes.
right.
And I tell everybody before we start, that's where the workout starts.
Absolutely. All the stuff leading up to that is just like window dressing. But then
Yeah.
once you hit that bike, you're like, oh God.
You hit that bike and then you have to finish with 10 burpees. And it's just 10 burpees.
Right.
But
But it's 10 burpees after, all the warm up stuff beforehand, like the lunges and the over the boxes and things like that. And then you hit that bike and trying to get, what is it, like 15 calories that we try to get on the bike?
yeah.
15 calories on a bike is not as breezy as it sounds.
Right. And then there's a moment where
Yeah.
people, you leave them in that suck for a minute,
Yeah.
right? And you could
Really
see
nice
some
one.
people looking at you like, are you going to let me off here? Are you going to like call it? Are you going to say like, that's time? And I'm not. I'm going to let you just be in it. And like, I've got all day. It takes as long as it takes for us to finish these burpees.
Yeah.
Because if you do quit them burpees, I don't think we're going to get very far in the program
Right.
anyway. Because like, this is a test. This is like a taste of what's to come.
Absolutely. Honestly, it's like the way I think about that is like if you're allowed to just stew in it and like figure your own way out of it, And then if you come to class a couple times after that, you'll start to realize like it wasn't that big of a deal,
Yeah.
you know, because once you start doing, like, if you go to the class like 3, 4 times a week, you're like, oh, well, we're kind of just doing this stuff all the time. And again, practice makes you better at it. And I do agree with you. It's important to like let a student or a client stew in it a little bit and see how they react. Like, see, like, if there is a motivation in there to like, oh, I can finish this. Like, oh, my watch is saying I'm having like a cardiac event right now, but I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
um,
And just like that moment where you get to see, because a lot of people come in and you're like, I've had a couple of weeks off, but my fitness is pretty good. And then you get to do this and you go, oh,
yeah.
and then it's like, how's your nutrition? My nutrition's pretty good. Everyone will tell you that. My relationships are pretty good. My mental health's pretty good. And it's like, well, why can't all this stuff be great? Why can't we aim for that? So like, let's start here and let's see where it's at so we know the truth of where we're starting. And
Yeah.
then from here we can really build.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about I remember watching you and like you said, you finished that workout, you were done for the day.
I
That
was.
was a wrap.
Yes, yeah.
We had sat down and had a conversation. I don't know if you remember what we even talked about. It was just like, here's your 5 habits for the next 30 days.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
And you left. I think you walked home. You walked there,
Yeah.
walked
I
home.
probably
And it was
did.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. And like, that's the moment when it's like, are you going to come back the next day? Are you going to come back a couple of days later and start getting to work? And for you, you did. You were ready. I think
Yeah. Yeah.
as much as you knew you were ready for the program to start, that day showed you like, oh, I've done one of these decades before.
Yeah. I
This was
mean,
half.
most of it. Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm ready to. Okay, I gotta get to work. Like this is
Yeah.
it. This is real day one.
But it's also really important, just getting like the quantitative feedback, like the time it takes you to do that half deck, and then when you get to retest like that. I forget what the original time and the new time was, but I think it was like a 6 minute difference. Which in itself is like the whole thing, right? I basically like cut the time in half.
Yeah, my biggest mistake that I've realized is that I don't video you working out day one
Uh,
and then put them next to each other, and you see that like 6 minutes, you don't even know what that means. But if you
right.
had to sit
Yeah.
and watch it for 6 minutes, when you finished the second to when you where you are on the first, and you're probably in like this position
Yeah.
already in the first one, it's like I'm gonna start doing that with people so like you can visually see like how long 6 minutes more is.
Yeah. And another testament to it was I did it 6 minutes faster. And you said something like, oh, yeah, you beat your time by 6 minutes. I'm like, is that good? And you're like, yeah. It was right before the noon workout. I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and do the noon workout too. So it's like, I've arrived. I'm trying to get back in shape and it's working. And it
Yeah,
worked out.
that's the best part of my job,
Yeah.
right? Is to see someone walk in and like that's why it's so important though. I just leave you in that burpee hell at the end. And then I go, hey, we're 8 weeks later. You just PR'd by 6 minutes. And last time you didn't know what we were talking about and you had to leave.
Yeah.
And this time you're going straight into a 1 hour class
Yeah.
after the baseline workout, after PRing by 6 minutes. Like, look who you are. Look how consistent
Exactly.
you are.
Yeah. It's
Look at
like
your results.
this is what I signed up to do, and it worked, and we're doing it, and I'm happy about it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
So
that's
thank
that.
you, by the way, for
Oh
that.
no,
This has been
I
great.
just set the stage. You're the one that has to do it,
Yeah.
and the fact that you were able to do that and you were ready for that, that it gives me just I never need a thank you because I get to watch that. You
Yeah.
know, so even if you leave and you're like that gym sucked, I know what we did in that time, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me what you think because I saw someone walk in and take forever doing this workout and suffer and then leave. And then I saw a person come PR it by 6 minutes and go into a class. That's why I do. That's why I get up every day. Right.
Yeah.
And then to see the photos of Puffy Ryan, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and then
Puffy
to
Ryan.
see this chiseled athlete that we've become
Yeah.
and the level of confidence and the demeanor that you walk around in the gym every day is just like that's everything to me, you know? So, because I knew like you coming from a different gym and coming from a different city, there's going to be some skepticism. Like, is this gym just like
Yeah.
the same fake community that I've seen
Right.
before?
Right.
And so, like, I could tell you were like dipping your toes in.
Yeah.
And then now, like you said, shout out to the noon EAV class. Like, that's your crew. You're a
Yeah.
part of that. You're a leader in that class where, like, I see you partnering with new people now and like showing
Yeah.
them how to do the warm up and,
Yeah.
so
It's just it's one of those things where it's like someone did that to me on my first day in the class, and it just made it so much easier. It was just like an easier pill to swallow. So I was like, well, if I could pay that forward, like, I'm going to try to introduce myself. Again, the attitude of everyone there is so great. It's just like, it does feel more tightly knit. Like there's more than just, oh, we go to the same gym. It's like
mhm,
we know each other and we know what's going on in each other's lives. There is truly community there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, you're a testament to that, right? Like
yeah,
our Christmas party was a testament to that, right? Like
yeah, yeah. It was great.
we got a tiny room and next
Phil,
time we're gonna take over the whole place. So
yeah,
yeah. And so talking about that stuff, like if you could go back now or in March, like in that first 8 weeks, you lost about 10 pounds, gained muscle, 6 minute PR.
yeah,
The mental health side of things, you just seemed happier every day you walked in, you
yeah.
know? Um, what would you tell Ryan now if you could go back and tell him, like, right before he signed up, like, when he
Just
was, like, a little like, I don't know about this, you know?
do it. Definitely do it. I think actually I don't like. For me, I was on the fence, and like you said, I was like kind of class passing and dipping my toes into different gyms or
Yeah.
whatever. I knew what I was looking for, and I think I found it. If I could go back and tell myself, just be like, this is the one. You go here. You know, you talk to Ant. He's gonna deal with the nutrition stuff, the food stuff. Oh my god, that's actually kind of more revolutionary, and I want to talk about that in a sec. But
Yeah.
just go in there, have a good attitude, be open to it, and it's gonna change you. And I think it definitely has for the better. And that's it.
Yeah.
Like that's
What
that's
else do you need to
the
know, right? Yeah.
that's the Google review right there. Yeah,
Yeah, you're gonna have to change your Google review. You're gonna have to go back and rewrite it.
yeah, um, yeah, yeah. And then I talked about this. The food stuff was really interesting.
Cool.
And you kind of mentioned it's like I'm going to change your relationship with food, which you certainly have. Um, as far as like what my preconceived notions of what food prep meant, before and then now, were different. You know, before I thought it was like, oh yeah, you have like these little boxes and you fill it with like tuna or whatever, and you stick them in the fridge and like that's your meal. It's I think more fluid than that. I find like literally well this might be different from person to person, but as far as like the protein intake,
Mhm,
so I'm kind of as we said, kind of a bigger guy. I weigh over 200 pounds. I'm like 220.
mhm,
And in order to get, say, 220 grams of protein per day, we'll do like some rough math here. But let's say that like meats have between 25 and 30% protein by volume. So that is about 800 grams of meat per day. For those watching who are not so great at converting between like the metric system and imperial, that's a little less than 2 pounds of meat per day, which
mhm.
is a lot of food.
It's a lot, yeah.
Yeah. And at first I was like, there's no way I can eat this much, right? But you actually can. You just have to like training my body to eat this and finding like those foods that work for me, what works for me, the right type of carbs, all of
Yeah.
that. It took a little bit of experimenting, but now it's really great. I
Well,
have,
especially like I don't give you like, hey, follow this.
yeah, you're like,
Like
you
you
have
said,
to eat this and this and this. It's like, there's, again, it's more fluid than that,
yeah, it's
right?
like
You don't
find
have,
what you like and then we'll build your nutrition around that.
you
Because
find,
otherwise, if I just give you a template, you're gonna follow it, hate it, and then
right,
disregard it,
right.
right?
Yeah, it's like, find what you like, find what works for you.
Mhm.
Because there's not just one option. There's not just one way to make it make it work.
Yeah,
And as far as like my new conception of food prep is that I'm always making food.
right.
Like I'm
Yeah.
always cooking meat, yeah, which I love now. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
Well, like you said, it's crazy to know that you lost weight and gained muscle by eating
By
more
eating a ton, yeah,
when
yeah,
you didn't realize, like, I'm doing all this work and I'm starving myself.
yeah,
And there was no point going to do that workout today because,
right,
like, I'm so far under just the amount of nutrition my body needs just to exist today. Never mind work out,
yeah,
right? Carrying a 220-pound guy walking around and doing things
yeah,
needs a certain level of energy. Like, there's no getting around that. And it's been just so ingrained in us that less is more in
hmm
terms of food and more is more in terms of work. And it's like, well, which one can it be, right? Because I got to fuel this thing if I need to be able to do more.
yeah,
And for me, that's been a big thing is like in my 20s, I could just push through everything. And luckily, I had enough natural energy to do that. As
yeah,
I've got late and coming up on my 40s, like you can't do that anymore. You can't just empty the tank every day and not put anything in it.
right,
And
right,
like you learn that the hard way where you're like, oh, I just keep trying to outwork this thing. And that's not
yeah.
gonna work.
Yeah, so like the relationship I have now with the food, like with the fuel of doing this and then doing the work is, while I guess actually more technical now, it just seems to make a lot more sense also.
Right.
And it's enjoyable. Like I love making meat, eating
Yeah.
it.
And once you find your rhythm, it's not like I don't want you to carry a weight scale around with you and be like,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like that's not gonna work for someone that just wants to feel better. Like
Yeah.
we're not trying to go to the Olympics. Like,
Exactly. Yeah.
hey, we might need to like measure it a little bit at first and like kind of know what a portion looks like. Cool. Once you've got that down, now go and enjoy your life and try and eat enough protein and don't overeat carbs. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Bingo.
I mean, yeah, and instead of like for me, I think when like when I first when we first met and we were talking about goals, I was like, I wouldn't mind losing 10 pounds. I don't think I did, but the shape of it all was, and like, I'm not the only person to have experienced this because
Mhm.
I've watched some of the other interviews you've done.
Yeah.
The shape of it all was so much more, so much better looking. I was like, oh, I don't care if how much I weigh, as
Yeah.
long as like the composition of it all makes sense to me.
Right.
Yeah. And then as far as like scale, I rarely weigh myself. I assume I still weigh about the same, but I
You
think
just don't care anymore, right?
I
It's
don't. I think like
summer's
the
coming. I want to take my shirt off. This is
yeah,
how it'll look.
yeah.
Yeah.
I walk around EAV without a shirt on. And it's like what you can't.
That's
Yeah,
it. That's what we're going for,
no one's
right?
messing with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Like how old are you?
I am 44.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
that's it. That's the Google review.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, a picture of you walking around EAV with your shirt off. I now walk around EAV with my shirt off. Cool. Thanks, man. 5 stars. Done.
Yeah. Done. Um, I was gonna. Oh, the quantitative feedback is just like getting through the workouts,
Yeah.
and
Right.
just like understand watching your progression there. And I think that's also really important. Like the gym, Oxfit is, it's not really small. Like you have a bunch of clients, right? Like 200 plus easily, right?
Between both, yes.
Yeah. But you're able to track our data, which I think is so. I when you go to like a bigger gym, like there's no way they're going to do that for you, right?
Mhm.
It's like it's up to you to track it yourself, and they don't have any kind of accountability for it. They don't have any kind of real system built in. But the OxFit system is very easy, and so like I do a workout, or say we're doing like max squat or whatever. Caitlin or whomever can tell me like, hey, this is what you did. You did five at 185, did two at 205 or whatever. So then that gives you um, it gives you like a numerical progression that allows you to see what your progress is, and if you're trying to get stronger or if you're trying to do more reps on something, all of it. If
Yeah.
you're trying to do
Otherwise, why are we here?
right, right,
We're here to get. Most people are here to walk around down the street with their shirt off at 45,
yeah,
right? And
exactly,
that we know doesn't happen through less. It happens through you getting stronger, for you getting fitter, for you getting more confident, from you getting, like seeing yourself get better. Like when you see your 6 minute PR and you see that your squat keeps getting stronger and your deadlift keeps getting stronger and your bench press keeps getting stronger in this quarter, you might look almost the same, but you still got your shirt off because you're like, no, no, I don't look the same
yeah.
anymore.
Like I feel it, yeah.
Yeah, because you're just a different person. Like you get that first pull up, you quit your job, you change your relationship. Like a lot changes when you get that stuff.
I hadn't done a pull up for maybe 15 years prior to this. And I will say it took me a little while to like figure out how to kip,
Mhm.
but this, like, again, just going to the gym, doing the classes. I don't know what it is that you work little muscles here and there. And then all of a sudden I was doing the kips easily. I was doing kipping pull ups easily. And dare I say, yesterday I even did some strict pull ups, at least in the first set, maybe
Yep,
first set and a half. But again, being 200 pounds and not having done that for a long time, like that was kind of big for me.
that's
So,
awesome.
yeah,
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 and yeah, so yeah, that's dude, that's it. So like we keep working together, and I can't wait. Like I've said it to you a few times. Like now you've got this level of fitness and you've got this level of strength. Like I can't wait to see where we end up over the next
yeah,
3, 6, 12. And like it's gonna be really exciting because I don't force goals on people, but naturally they're gonna keep coming up as you keep getting stronger and fitter. You're like, I
yeah,
wonder what I can do with this, or like, oh, remember when we first did half deca and now it's coming up in July. Let's
yeah,
see what we can do on the full thing. Or
yeah, yeah. I feel like over the past, I don't know, we'll call it 6 months or so, I had to go from 0 to 1.
hmm
And this is what like the new baseline is. And now I have more of a feeling that okay, I'm at that 1, but now can we get this to like a 4? Or
yeah,
can we get like there's now like a broader spectrum of like what is possible.
yeah. We're not going
And
from 1 to 2. We're
yeah,
going,
one
yeah,
like one yeah,
one to
take
three,
it in
one.
steps, take it in steps, but you can see like, oh, what if like how long will it take me, or what do I have to do to say like do this?
Mhm. Yeah, I love
Start
that.
working out with the vest on and things like
Yeah, I
that.
love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Things that just long as you're not walking to the gym with a vest on, thinking that's doing anything, we're good, right? Wear it for Wednesday, weight vest Wednesday, and yeah, let's take it to the next level.
Yeah.
And so, what an awesome! Thank you for doing this interview. Thank you for
Oh,
your
my
commitment
pleasure.
to our
Yeah.
program. Thank you for being you
Yeah.
in the gym, and let's do this again in a few months
Okay.
and see what it looks like to go from 1 to wherever we end up in the next 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Anything you want to say to close us out?
Um, if you're on the fence, for like, I know that we have like a limited audience here, but if anyone is attending the gym and not doing like the nutrition stuff, do it. Yeah, like figure that out, because that's really, I think, really interesting and counterintuitive in the same time. And I think if you have the resources, time, or money to spend on that, it would be worth your while. And I think you can probably see a bigger difference than you'd expect. So I would say that. And then, yeah, just keep showing up.
Perfect way
Yeah,
to wrap it up. I cannot say it any better.
cool.
Thanks, Rye.
Yeah, yeah, my pleasure.
See you at the noon class.
All right, see you.